Lu Bai travels through a parallel world to become a small host, activating his toxic mouth communication system at the beginning. As long as he causes the other person's cerebellum to shrink during conversation, he can receive an incredible reward. But the problem is, he doesn't even know how to host a program. Looking at the beautiful double shadow queen in front of him, Lu Bai pondered for a moment and slowly asked. Do you think Bai Gu Jing has a headache and should be referred to orthopedics or neuroscience? When the sixth host encounters a live celebrity interview program, celebrity anchors and professors from all walks of life go crazy. Lawyer Wang, how should I pay personal income tax on the money I snatched? Dr. Zhang, if I kill myself with just one punch, am I in good health or not? Professor Wu, is expired pesticides no longer toxic, or are they even more toxic? Guests, gritting their teeth. Okay. Are you asking this question? What kind of knife do I have? The eyes of netizens across the internet were shining with wisdom, shouting, Master Lu, I have come to understand. Qinglongshan Mental Hospital. I can't finish catching it, I can't even finish catching it. Keywords of the novel. Hosting program. You asked Tianho about cerebellar atrophy without a pop-up window. Hosting program. You asked Tianho about cerebellar atrophy. Download the full text. Hosting program. You asked Tianho about cerebellar atrophy. Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Am I the host? Seeking collection and follow. Up reading. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Chapter 1. Am I the host? Seeking collection and follow. Up reading. Attention all departments, there are still 30 minutes left until the official broadcast of the program. Please make the final preparations. Lu Bai, what are you doing standing here? You're about to go on stage, so hurry up and prepare yourself. Remember to use the restroom in advance. When the show starts, you won't have time to use the restroom. At 8 p.m. Magic City. The recording site of the program, Celebrity Interview. Lu Bai looked at the middle-aged man with a director badge hanging on his chest in front of him. A hint of confusion flashed in my eyes. Director. On stage. Is the program starting? What is this special about? I didn't wait for Lu Bai to express his doubts. Suddenly, a fierce piercing sensation came to my mind. A memory that did not belong to him collided into his mind. Wait until the tingling sensation subsides. Lu Bai looked down in disbelief at the host's work badge hanging on his chest. I'm so. Have you traveled through it? Some incomplete and fragmented memories left by the original body. Lu Bai discovered that he had traveled to a world called Blue Star and became a small host with the same name as himself. At this point, he is currently on the premiere of a program called Celebrity Interview. This is hosted by the Magic City channel. The first TV program in the country to be live streamed on a short video platform. The program team will invite well-known figures from various industries such as celebrity anchors and expert professors to come. Have a live conversation with the host in front of the audience in the live broadcast room. Simultaneously interact with fan audiences. Randomly answer their questions. And Lu Bo is the host of this program. But the problem is, I really don't know how to host a program at all. Watching the director leave behind. Lu Bairen is all foolish. The memory left by his original identity is not complete at all. A hammer in the east and a hammer in the west. It's not easy for him to understand his current situation. Hosting programs. Playing. Just as Lu Bai was at a loss. When the egg bites the tooth flower with pain. An electronic composite sound suddenly sounded. Ding, it has been detected that the host meets the activation conditions, and the toxic mouth system is activated and starting to bind. Binding completed. Bedroom, system. Lu Bai was stunned for a moment. Continuing. He suppressed his inner excitement and asked his own doubts. What does the toxic mouth system mean? What is its function? The full name of the poison mouth system is Poison Mouth Communication System. As long as the host says something that makes people's cerebellum shrink and silent when talking to others, they can obtain silence points. Silence points can be exchanged for various item skills in the system mall. At the same time, increasing host awareness can also earn super blind box rewards. Ding, daily tasks have been released. The host is requested to obtain 100 silence points in the upcoming interview, with a reward of 500,000 in cash. May I ask if the host will accept it? Sees less. Originally, Lu Bai was still pondering the system introduction. After listening carefully to the task rewards, suddenly, my eyes lit up. Originally, he was an ordinary small social animal. The monthly salary is around 8,000 yuan. That sounds quite a bit. In the magic city of every inch of land and every inch of gold. Throw away the rent and cost of living with this little money. I can't even afford a fast food that charges by the minute, and the original product had a girlfriend from an 18th tier celebrity before. Although now, in order to help him relieve stress, I have already run away with a little director with care. But money is really not spent less. The salary is basically fully included. Except for a brand new unopened boiling lamb of the same style. There was basically nothing left for Lu Bai. According to Lu Bai's estimation. Just the 3 melons and 2 dates left in the original card. I can't wait for my salary to be paid next month. He will have to set up 2 broken bowls under the overpass to work. 500,000, isn't it dozing off? Hand over the pillow. Lu Bai's eyes sparkled with fiery radiance. Without hesitation, he nodded and said, yes, I must. Ding, congratulations to the host for completing the first task and receiving a hidden reward. Mastery of program hosting skills. Proficient in program hosting skills, able to provide the host with rich program hosting and rescue experience equivalent to that of a senior gold medal host. Sleeping trough. Unexpected gain. Lu Bai was just pondering whether he knew how to host a program. After coming on stage later. Will you reveal the filling before you can speak? I didn't expect to receive a reward on my first mission. Feeling the rich experience of experienced hosts in my mind. Lu Bai felt a sense of joy in his heart. I nodded in satisfaction. Okay. We have taken a big step towards receiving a reward of 500,000. The next step is to prepare to go on stage. Live broadcast room for Celebrity Interview Program Group. Although the program has not yet officially started airing. But the live broadcast room that started broadcasting in advance has now gathered many netizens who came to hear the news. Under their enthusiastic discussion, the barrage shot up at a speed that was overwhelming. My friend said that we can see the national sister Wu Baizhou here. Is it true or not? Really? Are you also a fan of Kanji upstairs? Of course. The movie of Porridge is so popular, but it's still a double film queen. I especially like her. But I'm her face powder, and the fairy sister killed me. Haha, I am also a fan of Kanji. Alas, I heard that the program team has arranged a very rigid host to talk with Kanji. I wonder if he will make trouble for Kanji. She is so soft-tempered, maybe she will suffer. Is the host an old man? No, he's a young man. He used to be responsible for a late-night history program on the Magic City channel, and his hosting style was completely focused on reading articles, which was extremely boring. Sleeping trough, you're not talking about Lu Bai upstairs, are you? My dad often watches his programs to hypnotize when he can't sleep at night, and even Bitme's insomnia pills are effective. It only takes a few minutes. That's right, that's him. I'm really impressed. I don't know what the production team really thinks, but they even arranged for this guy to be the host. I already anticipated how boring it would be after the show started. No, Wu Baizhou is such a big guy. He arranges a small anchor to come in late at night, and the head of the program group is broken by fart. Who knows, let's take a look first. Anyway, if the host really is that Lu Bai, I'll just step back and sleep, saving time. After learning that the host was actually Lu Bai, netizens who have watched this product's past programs immediately became furious. When I think of Lu Baina's hypnotic hosting style, which is no different from reciting manuscripts, they showed no interest in this program at all. Immediately fire a barrage to indicate. Is the host really special? It's Lu Bai. Then they will just cancel the live broadcast and not watch it. It's a bit difficult to say. Everyone is watching the program. I'm not here to listen to a lullaby. Influenced by these people. Other netizens who had never watched Lu Bai's past program at all couldn't help but frown at the moment. The production team wouldn't really arrange such a useless host, would they? It's not their fault. The history program hosted by Lu Bai is really amazing. Open a browser and enter the program name. 9 out of 10 pop.up entries are all cursing. The remaining one, it was his mother who came here to call the miracle Dr. Nyobi after he got rid of the old problem of insomnia. That's it. Amidst the lively discussions among netizens in the live broadcast room, the time has finally arrived at 8:30. The program is officially starting. Amidst the widespread attention, Lu Bai is dressed in a straight black suit. Hand-held microphone. Stepping onto the stage, newcomer's new book, kneeling down for recommendation ticket, monthly ticket for promotion, end of this chapter. How do you view the situation in Xulia in chapter 2? Seeking collection and follow.up reading. You are listening at novel full.audio. How do you view the situation in Xulia in chapter 2? Seeking collection and follow.up reading. I'm Mima. You're really this guy. Is this what you call Lu Bai? He looks quite handsome. Not being able to host a program is useless. We all come to watch the program, not the handsome guy. Those who want to watch the handsome guy lousy can't look in the mirror by themselves. Damn it, if I had known it was this product, I wouldn't have come. Stop talking and return it quickly. It's so frustrating. The moment I saw Lu Bai appear on the screen, netizens who have been waiting for half a day are all cursing their mothers. The barrage erupted into a frenzy. Many netizens instantly lose their desire to continue reading. Pick up your phone and you'll have to exit the live broadcast room. At this moment, Lu Bai stood in front of the host's seat. Facing the camera with a smile, he said. Drinking tea and boiling wine, talking to celebrities. Here are talented singers and knowledgeable professors, here are fashionable idols and elites from all walks of life. Speak freely and ask what you want to ask. Hello audience friends, I am the host Lu Bai. Has a bonus in program hosting proficiency skills. Not knowing how to host a program is no longer a problem for Lu Bai at this moment. Even if it's just a simple opening statement. It also seemed to become friendly in his mouth. It makes people feel comfortable subconsciously when they listen. It feels like a reunion of old friends from many years. This surprised Wu Baiprich fans who had no hope for the program. Unable to help but barrage, he said. Isn't it that the host is very bad? How do I feel that this opening statement is quite good? I also think it's pretty good. It doesn't seem like you're lacking in skills. Did you wrongly accuse the host? Yes, this prologue doesn't just crush those online celebrities who only shout, Old Railway 666, and are lit up by little red hearts of their families. If you want to back up, I decided to have a look first. At the same time, the netizens who were planning to leave the live broadcast room were also stunned for a moment. I couldn't help but look at Lu Bai, who was smiling brightly on the screen with suspicion. This product. Did you take the wrong medicine? How come it's not the same hypnotic style as before, with a straight face from start to finish, like a repeating machine? However, doubts belong to doubts. Seeing someone questioning them for wronging Lu Bai. This small group of netizens immediately refused to agree. With a black face and a barrage of bullets, he replied. Do we wrongly accuse Lu Bai? Is he still using us to unjustly accuse him of dying? Damn it, I'm standing here today. After seeing this boring hosting style, can you still say such heartless words? Today we are honored to invite a special guest, and I believe everyone already knows who she is. Under the introduction of Lu Bai. The screen rotates. A young woman with a delicate face and a gentle temperament appeared. She was wearing a pure white chiffon skirt and a pair of canvas white shoes under her feet. Long hair naturally curls slightly, and the skin is porcelain white and delicate. On the delicate goose-egg face, a pair of gentle peach blossom eyes are clear and charming. Hello, I'm Wu Baizhou. Wu Bai Porridge is a southerner, and its voice is naturally soft and soft. Reclining slot. I thought I was cheated by my roommate, but Wu Bai Kanji really came. If you don't understand, is Wu Bai Kanji famous? Why are everyone so excited? That's more than very famous. The Golden Rooster Award, Golden Horse Award, Double Film Queen, National Sister, Goddess of Tenderness. There are countless titles, and each role she portrays has left a deep impression on the audience. Every movie and TV play she plays has received double praise at the box office. She is almost every girl's idea of the great lady of urban novels, and every boy's idea of the perfect white moonlight. If it were when Lu Bai appeared. The commotion generated in the live broadcast room is equivalent to igniting a second kick. At that moment. The appearance of Wu Bai Porridge. It's like throwing an atomic bomb into the live broadcast room. Instantly explode. The barrage was like crying ghosts and howling wolves. Wife. Ah hee hee wife, suck and suck, ah ah. Sister killed me. What questions did the program team prepare for Kanji? I'm curious. According to Lu Bai's past urinary habits, the question is most likely to be, did you eat it? What did you eat? Is it delicious? How delicious is it? This kind of boring will talk, or it's asking where your hometown is, what specialties and famous attractions are there. What's the matter with him? Anyway, everyone's not really watching the show. It's enough to see the goddess sister. What kind of bike do you need? Although, it would be even better if the program could still be interesting while meeting the idol. No, it's all hosted by Lu Bai's damn thing. Do you still want the program to be interesting? What do you think upstairs? It's really good not to hypnotize you. Sigh. Interview programs are already very boring, and with a host like Lu Bai, I can't even imagine how boring this program would be. If it weren't for worrying about my wife's safety on the show alone, would have left long ago. How are you, Porridge? Hello host. After greeting each other, Lu Bai and Wu Baizhou came to their seats and sat down. At this point, a hint from the director's team came through the earphones. All departments are in place, and the host can start asking questions according to the script. Tai Ben, I really don't know what Tai Ben is. Lu Bai murmured a word in his heart. Then the brain began to run rapidly. The task requirement is to obtain 100 silence points. The premise of obtaining this is to let Wu Baizhou's cerebellum shrink and become silent and ignorant during the interview. That is to say, if you want to complete the task, you must let Wu Baizhou's cerebellum shrink. In this way, the question I am going to raise next is crucial. How can we shrink her cerebellum completely? Looking at the beautiful and messy big star next to me, Lu Bai thought for a moment. The first one said, I heard that the hometown of Porridge is in Jiangsu province. This question is not difficult. Wu Bai Kanji breathed a sigh of relief. It's all because of that dead girl from Gigi. The most important aspect of a live interview is the authentic response. I don't even give myself a laptop. Before coming over, she specifically did her homework in advance for possible questions. My hometown happens to be one of them. It should be enough to handle the host's questions next. After all, who wouldn't praise their hometown? Well, I'm from Suzhou. Wu Baiguo nodded gently. Then he began to draft in his heart. According to the convention of interview programs. Next, the host will ask the guests to introduce their hometown. She plans to start with the history of Suzhou, then extend it to famous scenic spots, and finally recommend some famous snacks to the audience. This way it's not easy to get messy. The introduction is also quite comprehensive. Even if the host intends to steer the topic away, there is no way. Just thinking about it. Lu Bai spoke up. I saw him raise his hand and hold on to his original body. In order to appear stable, he always wears silver-framed glasses on the show. With a friendly smile on his face, he slowly spoke out, "Can you tell everyone about it?" Damn it. Why is it such a bad street topic again? Can't there be any novelty? Hear this. In the live broadcast room. The audience rolled their eyes together. Unable to resist the bullet curtain roast. It's the beginning of hometown again. Can't we find any other topics on the interview program besides hometown? I'm almost sick of listening to it. At the beginning, I felt pretty good, but I didn't expect this kind of routine to waste my mood. Ha, isn't it that we have wronged Lu Bai? How about it? Do you still feel wronged now? However. Right now. They heard it. Can you explain to everyone that there is actually the second half of the sentence? How do you view the situation in Xulia? What kind of thing? The barrage in the live broadcast room instantly came to a halt. End of this chapter. Which day does the sunflower face in chapter 3? Seeking collection and follow. Up reading. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Which day does the sunflower face in chapter 3? Seeking collection and follow. Up reading. Netizens can hardly believe their ears. Didn't we just talk about our hometown? According to the urine characteristics of the interview program. Aren't you supposed to let Wu Baizhou introduce your hometown? Isn't everyone playing like this all these years? How did it change with you, Lu Bai? What a special thing. What the hell is the situation in Xulia? After a long silence. The barrage instantly poured down like a waterfall. No, Wu Baipori is a big star of double film. You asked her to analyze Su Li's situation for you. Why, did you know that she worked as a mercenary in that corner for 2 years before? Ha, Shantima worked as a mercenary for 2 years, but it's not working anymore. I can't laugh anymore. I thought that Lu Bo was going to let Baiporage tell everyone about his hometown, so he was ready to scold the old routine for being boring. Boy, what do you think of Su Li's situation? It almost didn't burn my CPU on the spot. Puhaha, me too. My eyes are half stuck, uncomfortable. Did Lu Bai say the wrong line? It must be a mouthful that said the wrong thing. How could an interview program ask such a question? This should be considered a serious broadcast accident, but unfortunately, if this guy really had such a live broadcast style, I would definitely watch it every day in the live broadcast room. It's so much work, The interview program focuses on high-end business, and it's impossible to engage in such activities. Wait and see, the host is likely to be urgently replaced by the program team after being confused. Netizens quickly realized it. Lu Bai's mouth is full. There was a broadcast accident. Last second, we were still talking about our hometown. Did you go straight to Xulia in the next second? Who is a good person interviewing like this? If it weren't for the broadcast accident. I hung my 280-pound wife in a lucky bag and gave you a lucky draw. I've already said that this Lu Bai is unreliable. We can't let him host the program. Alright now, there's an accident, right? Xiao Su, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and have someone replace him. Program team backstage. The leaders, big and small, are all in chaos at this moment. Hurry like ants on a hot pot. The director directly approached the program's general manager, Su Yuji. Request to immediately replace the host Lu Bai. What's the fuss? The live stream room hasn't lost its popularity again. Su Yuji scolded everyone. Looking back at the background data on the computer screen, she remembers that the popularity of the live broadcast room had been maintained at around 90,000 yuan before. I couldn't break through the 100,000 mark at the highest. And now, after Lu Bai said the wrong lines, the popularity of the live broadcast room quickly skyrocketed by 30,000. We have arrived at over 120,000. Even continuing to rise. Did he accidentally say the wrong thing or did he do it intentionally? Looking at Lu Bai in the surveillance footage, Su Yuji's eyebrows furrowed slightly, and a hint of hesitation flashed in her beautiful eyes. No, he doesn't have that level. Su Yuji carefully recalled his resume before Lu Bai was transferred over. A quick decision was made. Lu Bai needs to be truly skilled. How could the program previously hosted be criticized by the audience as a bunch of dog poop? You can't take this risk. Su Yuji immediately looked at the director and said, let someone replace him. Okay. I'll arrange it now. The director agreed. Turning around, I had to find a temporary host to replace Lu Bai. At this point, I don't know which staff member who was playing games accidentally touched the switch. Awakened, hunting moment. The voice of game characters is transmitted through the sound system. It directly spread throughout the entire program scene. The live broadcast room exploded on the spot. No one expected it to be just a few minutes. Surprisingly, there were 2 consecutive broadcast accidents. At this moment, the air in the main control room seems to have solidified. Su Yuji's pretty face was icy cold, and her mood was extremely bad. The leaders, big and small, looked at each other and dared not speak up. Next to it, the director who was about to take action was struck by lightning. People are simply foolish. Done. All special is done. Dot. Ding, silence value from Wu Baizhou plus 20. Lu Bai heard the system prompt. Surprised, he looked at Wu Bai porridge beside his eyes. Just added 20 points. This woman is the resistance so high. We still need 80 points to complete the task. Lu Bai sucked on the flower seeds. It's a bit lacking. No way. We must find a way to give her the whole big one. Su. The situation in Xulia. Wu Baizhou was stunned. Looking at Lu Bai in a daze. Aren't we talking about my hometown of Shuzhou? You don't know that, Su Lia and Su Zhou are actually distant relatives, both surnamed Su. Su Zhou is Su Lia's second uncle. Lu Bai blinked his eyes. Serious nonsense. Just halfway through the conversation. Suddenly interrupted by a game voice coming from the audio system. Awakened, hunting moment. Lu Bailing paused for a moment. Isn't this the appearance voice of Ho Yi in the King of Kings? Is there a king in this world? But that's not the point. Looking at the panicked expressions of the staff around, Lu Bai pondered for a moment. Suddenly he said happily to Wu Baizhou. Playing games during working hours seems like someone's salary will be deducted. Porridge, you should also play games. Have you ever used Ho Yi, a hero adapted from mythical characters? Upon hearing this, Wu Baizhou was stunned. Then the same reaction occurred. I've used it, but I'm not very good at it. I always can't feint with my ultimate moves, said the speaker, taking the conversation naturally. That's because you don't know how to predict. The release of this big move depends on the timing. I'll tell you about your face-hugging and magnifying move. Both of them seem to have not taken the sound just now seriously. How to use Ho Yi's ultimate move on the spot to stun people. We started chatting enthusiastically. This scene directly stunned the audience in the originally bustling live broadcast room. What's the situation? Why is this still being discussed? The sound just now was not unexpected, it was arranged by the program team in advance. Stupid you, this is a rescue operation. Yes, this situation cannot have been arranged by the program team in advance, it's too rigid. Sleeping trough, can you still save the scene like this? If I were to go up there, I would be confused, Lu Bainyo. To be honest, this rescue scene is really amazing. I almost thought the game sound was arranged by the production team, it was so natural. Damn it. Is this really the kind of Lu Bai that I remember as someone who only reads articles and hypnotizes? After Lu Bai's interruption, the audience's attention quickly shifted from the accident just now to Lu Bai's rescue scene. And how should Ho Yi's ultimate move be put on top? The live broadcast room was filled with curses. Face-to-face enlargement technique. Why do you think you're playing with spray? Kai go. Crawl for me. Don't mislead us. Seeing the surging barrage in the live broadcast room, it gradually subsided. The director instantly smiled and smiled. Pointing at Lu Bai was a burst of praise. Ha ha ha, great. I already said it's a great material for being a host. Did you see it? Did you see it all? This is called professionalism. Leaders of all sizes stared at each other. The corners of the mouth twitched uncontrollably. You didn't have this face just now, huh, Xiaosu. I think Lu Bai is a very skilled young person, and changing the host on the spot doesn't have a good impact. The director laughed heartily. Turning his head to look at Su Yuji, he tentatively asked, why don't we just forget about the replacement? The words have not yet finished. In the real-time monitoring screen, there is a conversation between Lu Bai and Wu Baizhou. Lu Bai. Speaking of it, Ho Yi, a mythical figure, is also very legendary. Baizhou should listen to the story of Ho Yi shooting the sun, right? Wu Baibridge. Well, I heard that in ancient times there were 10 suns in the sky. Ho Yi stepped forward and shot 9 of them with a magic bow, leaving only the one we see now. Lu Bai. Have you ever thought about a question? Wu Baizhou. What's the problem? Lu Bai helped his glasses and slowly said, when there are 10 suns in the sky, they can't possibly overlap. They must be separate, right? Which day should the sunflowers at that time be aimed at? The director's laughter. It came to an abrupt end of this chapter. Chapter 4, isn't it? That's the end of the story. Seeking collection and tracking. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4, isn't it? That's the end of the story. Seeking collection and reading. Silence value from Wu Baizhou plus 10. Silence value from Wu Baizhou plus 10. The silence from Wu Baizhou. Wu Baizhou felt that his head could not turn around. Talking about games in a good way. Why did it suddenly get pulled onto the sunflower? How do I know which sun the sunflower is facing? In the live broadcast room. The audience is also confused at this moment. Sleeping trough, coming again. Which sun did the sunflowers face before Ho Yi shot the sun? That's it, I burned my CPU. Is this really a high-end and serious interview program? Why do I have the illusion of coming to the first mental hospital of King Longshan, which grandson said that as long as Lu Bai spoke, I could fall asleep in less than 10 minutes. You have the guts to stand up and I won't give you shit today. I think you are tight. No, brother, you listen to my explanation. Lu Bai was not like this before. He must have been talking nonsense again. Brother, believe me, this is definitely another broadcast accident. Look, the production team will arrange for someone to replace this product soon. Netizens who used to watch Lu Bai's program were almost shocked to the ground. Not long ago. They are still confidently barraging about how boring Lu Bai's hosting style is and how mediocre his hosting skills are. But now, after listening to Lu Bai's 2 consecutive questions, after seeing his top rescue team, don't mention other viewers in the live broadcast room. Even they have some doubts about life. But if they really admit that they have wronged Lu Bai, what a joke. The history program hosted by Lu Bai can now be found online. How could we possibly wrongly accuse him? This product must be a mouthful. He must be talking nonsense. At the same time, the popularity of live streaming rooms is constantly increasing. 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 in a very short amount of time. The popularity of the live broadcast room has surpassed the 150,000 mark. Heading straight for 200,000 people. 30, 40, 50. Listening to the silent value constantly entering the ear. The smile on Lu Bai's face suddenly became brighter. Add the previous 20 points. He has now earned a whopping 70 silence points. At this point, Wu Baizhou, who was thinking about the date when the sunflower was going, suddenly found Lu Bai's loophole. No. Wu Baizhou raises her peach blossom eyes and looks at Lu Bai. The voice remained gentle and soft, but it carried a hint of firmness. Ho Yi is a character in a mythological story. How could there be sunflowers in the mythological world? Your question is not valid. As soon as this sentence is spoken, the netizens who are troubled by this problem suddenly brightened up. Yeah. If there were sunflowers in the mythological world, wouldn't that be enough? Imagine it. Chang'e and the 7 fairies squatted at the entrance of Guanhan Palace with their fairy buttocks pursed out. While pulling on the immortal pig of a certain family, he also laid 2 litters of idle footage. One side of the mouth flipped up and down, deftly knocking on the melon seeds. If you accidentally get melon seed slices in your throat again, I still need to reach out and buckle it twice. Can this his mother be a mythical world? Playing. Why can't there be sunflowers in the mythological world? Lu Bai's face was natural, and he analyzed it seriously. You see, even in the mythological world, there are ordinary people. Since they are ordinary people, they must celebrate the Chinese New Year. So, who wouldn't buy 2 pounds of melon seeds and have a good time during festivals? Hiss, how do you feel that what Lu Bai said makes a lot of sense? Yeah, how could the mythological world not have sunflowers? If it weren't for sunflowers, what would they eat during the Chinese New Year? So the question goes back, before Hou shot the sun, which day should the sunflower be pointing towards? Let's go back and talk nonsense. Can't you tell from this concept of exchanging goods here? Buying melon seeds during the Chinese New Year was something we did. Back then, Hou agreed on whether to celebrate the New Year or not. Don't even think about it, his problem is completely unfounded. Lu Bai is such a cowardly person who deliberately led us into the ditch. Everyone must not fall for his scam. A responsive netizen quickly discovered the problem. When starting to send barrage reminders to other viewers, Wu Baizhou apparently discovered that Lu Bai was changing his concept. She couldn't help but glance at this guy. He said lightly, just because we buy melon seeds during the Chinese New Year doesn't mean that the people in mythology will also celebrate and buy melon seeds. The barrage suddenly erupted into cheers. Hee hee. My wife is just smart. Ha ha ha, Lu Bai, you idiot, are you dumbfounded now? Upstairs, don't make me slap you when I'm just happy, that's really my wife. Such a simple concept of stealing is to deceive us that we still have porridge. Lu Bai, you want to eat your arse. Don't argue about the 2 goods upstairs. My daughter.in.law says she doesn't know you at all. Come on, porridge. I'm optimistic about you. Go back. You must ask the goods in silence. Sigh. Hear Wu Baizhou's words. Lu Bai pretended to hesitate for a moment. Then he sighed and said, "What you said makes sense. As long as it makes sense." Wu Bai porridge did not follow up the victory. Just slightly raise the corner of my mouth. Give mercy to others. I am generous. Give you a break, this guy. Lu Bai's eyes suddenly turned and he took the words back. Stop talking about this issue, let's talk about filming. You should be very familiar with this. I heard that Lu Bai was going to talk about filming. The audience in the live broadcast room was overjoyed. Are you stupid, kid? I don't know that Wu Baizhou is a new double material film queen. In the topic of filming. Are you a host trying to stump a movie queen? Dreaming. Even Wu Baiprich couldn't help looking at Lu Bai suspiciously. Are you sure? Of course, I believe the audience is also very interested in your daily life on the set. Lu Bai had a calm expression and spoke with righteousness and righteousness. As a host, isn't it my biggest responsibility to stand on stage and ask the audience the questions they most want to know? Is the situation in Xulia also something the audience asked you to help ask? Wu Bai Kanji asked with a half smile. No, that was all arranged by the program team, and I don't know why, said Lu Bai without blushing or jumping, so, let's continue. Wu Baiprich was noncommittal and nodded with a smile. Adjust your emotions and sit back in place. At this moment, she finally had a hint of afterlife momentum. Anyway, the program is already so chaotic that it can't be any more chaotic. The branches are probably already very angry. It doesn't matter, it's even more chaotic. She wants to take a look. What other tricks can Lu Bai play? Continue. The interview resumed. It is still a question and answer method. Lu Bai said, I often have to go to the production team to film, does it mean I have less time to stay in my life? Wu Baizhou. In addition to shooting with the group, most of the time is relatively abundant. Lu Bai. When filming, it's inevitable to bump and bump. Have you ever been injured? Wu Baizhou. There have been many. Lu Bai sat up straight and pushed his glasses, saying, then you should go to the hospital often, right? Listen to the conversation between the two. The audience in the live broadcast room suddenly felt a bit uncomfortable. How did Lu Bai suddenly become so serious? Is it difficult for us to expose the trick of changing concepts? Xian Donkey has poor skills. I can't think of anything else. So I decided to reform and conduct a serious interview. King Longshan First Psychiatric Hospital, attending Dr. Lao Chi warmly welcomes all patients to be admitted with recommendation tickets, monthly passes, and medical treatment. What? No. No, what kind of mental illness do you have? End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Where are the people in the production team? Hurry up and drag this guy down for me. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Where are the people in the production team? Hurry up and drag this guy down. Shoot him. It is indeed necessary to deal with hospitals frequently. Wu Bai porridge is also not suitable. However, he still cooperated and answered Lu Bai's question. I've been to the hospital many times, have I become familiar with all the procedures? Lu Bai continued to ask with a smile. Well, in the hospital I often go to, many doctors are about to become friends with me. Wu Baizhou replied with a smile. Then you're still very impressive, Lu Bai gave a thumbs up. Why? Wu Baizhou wondered. Not only can we understand the complex process of hospitals, but we can also become friends with doctors, which is not an easy task for many people. Lu Bai showed an honest smile and explained. I have a friend who had a terrible headache a while ago, but because she was not familiar with the hospital's procedures, she didn't even know which department to register for after going to the hospital. In the end, she had to go home disheartened. Isn't it enough to go to the brain department for a headache? It's not difficult. Wu Baizhou was stunned, a little unable to understand Lu Bai's idea. The audience also didn't understand. Puzzled barrage of bullets. Yeah, if you get a headache, just hang on to the brain department and it's over. What's so complicated about this? It's hard to understand that there are still people in the world who don't know how to deal with headaches and brain problems. No, wait a moment. The concept of cheating has been exposed. Shouldn't Lu Bai find a way to retrieve the venue? Why did he suddenly start serious interviews? That's right, we haven't started showcasing our skills yet, so he's hesitant. What's so complicated about this? I've already said it. Lu Bai was wrong before. Now that he has realized it, shouldn't he start a normal interview? The audience's mood is very delicate now. When listening to Lu Bai's question, everyone's brains are buzzing. I wish I could pull out a 40-meter big knife and chop that cargo to death. But now Lu Bai suddenly doesn't behave like a moth. We are starting to conduct serious interviews. They feel a bit uneasy in their hearts. I always feel like there's something missing. What's wrong with Lu Bai's goods? Can't we just say the wrong thing before? Mainly because her physique is different from ours. Lu Bo shook his head, looking a bit conflicted. Wu Beigru frowned. No matter how special the constitution is, it should be linked to the brain department. Her physique. Lu Bai hesitated and said, it's not ordinary or special. How special is it? Wu Beipridge asked suspiciously. Let me tell you this. Lu Bai grinned. Expose 2 rows of white teeth and say, my friend. His name is Bai Gu Jing. White bone essence. Wu Baizhou's eyes were stunned on the spot. She was deceived. This guy never even thought about a serious interview. At the same time. In the live broadcast room. The originally rolling barrage. In an instant, I also fell into a strange silence. At this moment, netizens feel. Inside their heads it seems that there is a tissue called the cerebellum. It broke down on the spot. I don't know how long it has been. The bewildered netizens finally came to their senses. The barrage exploded instantly. Nima, I finally understand why this guy has been dragging around for so long, waiting here together. Beigujing headache should be linked to orthopedics or brain department. This is a problem that can come up in the brain of carbon-based organisms. This question is related to the department of brain. Beigujing is just a pile of broken bones. Where does the brain come from? If it is related to the department of orthopedics, who will go to the department of orthopedics with a headache? It's over. It's broken, and my brain will be broken. Laozi's mentality is really shattered. Where did you die in the program team? Hurry up and drag this guy down for me. Shoot him for 10 minutes, no, shoot him for an hour. Boring garbage host. You his mother call this boring garbage host. A question like this may be a mouthful. 2 such questions could also be a mouthful. It's special. 3 times in a row. 3 times, it's like this kind of problem that makes everyone's brains and eggs seem like they're being kicked and broken by 3 feet. This is like a mouthful. If this were a live broadcast accident. They ate their phones. Watch the 4 words of the interview program on the screen. Recalling the question of which department Bai Gu Jing should be admitted to. Netizens can no longer resist it. They had a dark face and started to grit their teeth and shoot bullet comments as soon as they picked up their phones. Interview program. What is this called, an interview program? Who taught you how to interview like this? You give back my fucking brain. And at this moment. The popularity of the live broadcast room. Finally, we have reached the highest peak since its launch. 98,000. Compared to less than 100,000 people when it started broadcasting. It's more than doubled. For the entire celebrity interview program team. Almost unimaginable results. After all, they are not valued at all in Taiwan. Even the support received is extremely limited. All the leaders of the program team were staring blankly at the number of 198,000 people on the back-end data. Continuing. The entire control room suddenly burst into thunderous cheers. Even Su Yuji. I couldn't help but smile knowingly. He cast an appreciative gaze at Liu Bai in the surveillance footage. Silence value from Wu Baizhou plus 70. Here's system prompts. Liu Bai's eyes lit up. I gave 70 points in one go. Plus the 70 points I received earlier. He has not only completed the task now. And it's over 40. Pa. Wu Bai porridge gently patted the white, tender and smooth palm of the vegetable and made a crisp sound. She looked at Liu Bai with an interesting look in her eyes and a smile on her face. I can't answer this question at the moment. Why don't you give me some time from host Liu to think about it when I go back? Of course, take your time to think. Get a silence value of 140 points. Liu Bai had already beamed with smiles. Who would pay attention to such small matters? At this moment, a background prompt came from the earphone. Time is almost up, the premiere can stop here. Liu Bai skipped this point and stood up to bid farewell to the audience in front of the camera. Audience friends, happy moments are always brief, so today's program is coming to an end for the time being. I am host Liu Bai. See you in our live broadcast room next week at the same time. In the live broadcast room, the faces of the audience are even darker than the bottom of the pot. Joy, are we happy or not? Are you feeling a little overwhelmed? However, whether they are happy or not, the live broadcast screen eventually went black. As the live broadcast ends, this first national interview program, hosted by Magic City TV, quickly caused a huge stir online. On the hot search lists of major platforms. Quickly dominated by a hot topic, the dog named Lu and his 3 days dog problem. Liu Bai, wait a moment. After the program ends, Liu Baixin was reciting the task reward and the 140 silence points he had just received. Go straight off the stage and walk towards the backstage. He plans to say hello to the director. Then I'll sneak home and check the task rewards. Not just that 500,000. He still has 140 silence points. I don't know what good things can be bought in the system just thinking about it. Suddenly, a soft and gentle female voice came from behind. Liu Bai turned his head to take a look. Suddenly, with a cold look in his eyes, he stepped forward and left. Don't even bring your head back. Just kidding. What question did he just ask that he still doesn't understand? Wait a moment, waiting to be laid with bricks. Kneeling down to seek recommended monthly tickets for promotion. In addition, it is very important to keep up with the reading data in the new book period. For patients who like Director Liu of the First Mental Hospital in Qinglongshan, remember to keep up with the reading. The quantity is large, the management is full. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. No more rice requests to add you as a friend, request. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. No more rice requests to add you as a friend. Please follow and bookmark. Liu Bai. Wu Bai porridge called again. However, Liu Baifei did not stop. Instead, I walked faster. Wu Baizhou was stunned and smiled. It seems that he still knows that the question he asked is not serious. All the way to the backstage. Wu Baizhou didn't knock at the door. He pushed open the door of the main control room and went in. The leaders of the program team, big and small, have already left. There is only one young woman with a simple high ponytail and a capable demeanor sitting in front of the computer screen in the control room, busy. Branches, Wu Baizhou called out the other party's name. Unlike the smiling expression when watching Lu Bai run away. At this moment, she looked aggrieved and wanted to cry. Suyujito didn't turn back and said calmly, "Don't act. Your people are all making things difficult for me, so please cooperate with me." "What's wrong?" Wu Baizhou's eyes were sad. "I can't cooperate," Su Yuji ignored. "It's not interesting." Wu Bai Porridge curled his mouth. Without hesitation, he took off his small white shoes and wrapped them in pure white cotton socks, only revealing a little bit of white tender ankle. He sat down on the office chair. She rubbed her sore calves while softly complaining. "It's not my fault for what happened today. Your host messed up the program himself. What you saw, I've been working hard on the interview. You need to help me take revenge." "Who said the program messed up?" Su Yuji suppressed a smile and turned his head in confusion to ask. "What department should Bai Gu Jing hang for his headache?" "Listen, is this the question the host should ask? If you want me to tell you, you should trick him over now. Let's find a rope." And so on. Wu Bai Porridge is telling. Taowen suddenly froze for a moment. She looked at Su Yuji in shock and said, "Didn't the program mess up?" "No, not only did it not mess up, but it also achieved great success." Su Yuji twisted his chair and turned around. A beautiful and cold melon seed face was full of cunning laughter. She extended 2 fingers and shook them proudly, saying, "Under the wise leadership of my mother, the celebrity interview program team achieved an impressive success of 200,000 people on its debut. It was a great success. It was almost twice as high as expected, festival. The program was a great success." Wu Baizhou stared at Su Yuji. "Yeah, the members of the program team have all gone to celebrate. I have to go after finishing this last bit of work," Su Yuji nodded and said. "Celebrate. Celebrate your achievements." Wu Baizhou was stunned again. She pointed to herself and said, "What about me?" "You." Su Yuji's expression was strange. She stared at her best friend up and down for a while, and finally couldn't help but cover her stomach and burst into laughter. "Can you help Bai Gu Jing go to the hospital to register?" Su. You. Ji. The single apartment I rented was located outside the 5th Ring Road. 1 bedroom. There is only 1 bed and a small sofa inside the house. There is almost nothing else. Lu Bai opened the door and entered the house. Don't bother to scrutinize the room layout. Just sit down on the sofa. Then he called out the system. System, claim task rewards. Lu Bai rubbed his hands excitedly. Ding, due to the host exceeding the first task, the task reward has been increased to 700,000. This reward has been issued to the host's bank card, please check it carefully. The sound of the system remains cold and devoid of any emotion. Sleeping slot. Lu Bai looked at his phone in surprise. Sure enough. 700,000 yuan received. Lu Bai really didn't expect this unexpected gain. Surprisingly gave an extra 200,000. Okay. It's not in vain for him to put in a lot of effort. Immediately, I was about to rush to work under the overpass. It has become sitting on a huge sum of 700,000 yuan. Lu Bo is still a bit uncomfortable at the moment. Sitting on the sofa happily for a long time. I feel a bit hungry in my stomach. There happens to be a tea restaurant downstairs. He went downstairs and casually ordered a few signature dishes, intending to take a bite. The consumption in this place is not low. I wanted to take my ex-girlfriend to try it a few times, but in the end, I cancelled my plan because of my dry wallet. Lu Bai tasted it. The taste is good. So I asked the front desk for a phone number. When staying at home in the future, you can have them deliver it. If the price is a bit higher, then it should be higher. Just taste good. Well, 600 to 700,000 is now so arrogant. Isn't making money just for pleasure. Is it possible to still be like the original second-class guy, saving money for several months just to save up money to buy a bag for his ex-girlfriend? Forgive Lu Bai for speaking bluntly. He didn't have any slippers in his mind during meals. Lu Bai opened the system mall. I want to see what I can buy with these 140 silence points in my hand. There are 3 items on sale this week. Memory retrieval. This skill can enhance the host's past memory and quickly retrieve specific memory images when needed. It is priced at 200 points silence value, currently on sale at 10% off. Master level singing skills. This skill allows the host to have the singing skills and experience of a top singer, and speak with a master level singing level. The price is 80 points of silence value, currently on sale at 50% off. Master level performance skills. This skill allows the host to possess top-notch performance skills and experience from veteran actors, allowing them to join the show anytime, anywhere. The price is 120 points, currently on sale at 25% off. Memory enhancement skill. The moment of seeing memory retrieval skills. Lu Baodun couldn't move his eyes when he was young. A safe and good thing. In the parallel world of Blue Star, where there are many subtle differences, memories from Earth are certainly a precious treasure. I won't say anything else. Just the nearly 1 terabyte of learning materials in the previous USB drive. Moving to Blue Star is enough to make Lu Bo earn a lot of money. But the problem is, do he remember? I can't remember it. Who usually watches that thing and has nothing to do? Pay attention to the plot. But if I had this memory skill, every song he has heard in the past, every movie he has watched, every pose he has learned, knowledge, will all be stored in his mind like a set of stored documents in a directory. As long as Lu Bai thinks, he can even become the king of Blue Star love action movies. Well, king of land slices. This skill must be obtained. You can see the price following the memory enhancement skill. Lu Bai just sucked on the flower seeds. 200 points of silence value. He only has 140, he can't afford it. After thinking for a moment, Lu Bai asked the system, how often do the items sold in the mall refresh? The refresh period of the mall is 1 week, and it will automatically refresh every Sunday at midnight, replacing with new products. The calculation will officially start after midnight tonight. The system is concise and concise. Today is Sunday. If we calculate it this way, there is just 1 week left until the next refresh. Lu Bai breathed a sigh of relief. Time is enough. As long as he reaches the 200 o'clock silence value before early next Sunday morning, you can win the memory retrieval skill before refreshing. However, where should he go to get these 200 silence points? While frowning and pondering, the phone vibrated a bit. Lu Bai picked it up and took a look. WeChat reminder, no more rice, requests to add you as a friend, single machine is so difficult pi_pi, do you have a kind-hearted patient to donate 2 recommendation tickets, woo, end of this chapter. Chapter 7. Big Silly Spring. What are you doing with the plane? Seeking pursuit. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 7 Big Silly Spring. What are you doing with the plane? Seeking follow-up and collection. My husband is not at home, lonely and cold alone. How about making friends with a handsome guy? Looking at the verification message sent by the other party. Lu Bai's face turned black. Click reject on the spot. I just put down my phone for a while. The news is here again. No more rice, requests to add you as a friend. Old classmate, I'm joking with you. I'm Li Qian, the one who often asked you math questions in middle school. Lu Bai sneered. Refuse again without hesitation. Just kidding. The original junior high school math exam scored 12 points, and the whole grade was at the end. You said you asked him math questions. Anyone who says high school Lu Bai believes it. After all, this guy really worked hard and studied hard for a while after entering high school. Otherwise, it would be impossible to be admitted to the Magic City TV as a host as a graduate of Sichuan University. In theory. After being rejected twice in a row, I will learn to be smarter. Swapped targets and found a new enemy to deceive. I didn't expect this scammer to have a bad brain. But the perseverance is quite strong. Soon a friend request was sent again. Haha, brother Lu, you're still so smart. Don't make a fuss anymore. I'm Xiao Li. When we were in high school, we often went to the restroom together to smoke. Do you remember that? After all these years, I didn't know how to contact my brothers. How have you been these years? Still Xiao Li. 3 identities changed in less than 5 minutes. Why are you here to play role-playing with me? Lu Bai laughed angrily. I finished my meal and went upstairs. He dug out 2 old phones he had used before. Sitting on the sofa with a black face, he started playing around. Pujiang number 1. One of the top first-class villa areas in the entire Magic City. Wu Baizhou sits on the soft black leather sofa in the living room. With a bright and focused gaze, he stared at the screen of his phone. She should have just come out of the bathroom after taking a shower. The fair and smooth skin also carries some small water droplets. The wine-red silk texture of the camisole nightgown envelopes the exquisite and graceful figure. Outline almost perfect full body lines. She is waiting for someone to agree to her friend's request. Unfortunately, after 2 consecutive rejections, the other party was completely silent. Do not agree with friends, nor refuse. Anyway, I just ignored her. This disappointed Wu Baizhou. Buzz, the sudden vibration of the mobile phone pulled Wu Baizhou back from the edge of sleep. She immediately opened WeChat. Not someone agrees to a friend's reminder, but rather a friend application prompt. I have taken it, but I can't log into the Wei signal. Please verify it for me as soon as possible. Branch. Her number can't climb up. Wu Baizhou felt that the tone was a little like Su Yuji. Because only Su Yuji would speak to her in such an impolite manner. She agreed to her friend and sent a resentful message, "Oh, if you can't log into the account, you'll think of me." The other party replied quickly, "I have the best relationship with you. Who do you think you don't remember? How come I can't remember that our relationship is the best? I didn't even give you a signal, and I had to figure out my own way." Wu Bai Gruel complained. But the editor still said, "How to verify? Send it over. You have no conscience, I still have it." Buzzing. Wu Baizhou has just finished typing. Just about to click send. The phone vibrates again. 2 friend requests suddenly appeared this time. The Magic City Network Security Center reminds you that you are currently facing a network scam. Please do not believe everything the other party says. My account has been stolen. If someone sends you a message to help or borrow money, don't pay attention. Wu Bai Porridge was stunned for a moment. Quickly delete all the messages that have just been edited for the first person but have not been sent yet. Then quickly agreed to the third person's friend request. What did you do with the Wei signal? Why did scammers come to me? The message has just been sent out. The phone is shaking again. The Magic City Network Security Center reminds you that you are currently facing a series of online scams. Please do not believe anyone's words. Wu Beigru was completely confused. The whole person's head is empty. She agreed to be the account friend of the Magic City Network Security Center. Send me screenshots of myself and the first 2 accounts. At the same time, he asked, hello, this is a screenshot of my conversation with them. Are you referring to them as scammers? It's them. Don't panic, calm down, and cooperate with me to answer a few questions. Wu Bai Gruel takes a deep breath and looks solemn. Okay, I'm ready, you can ask now. I waited nervously for about a minute. The Magic City Network Security Center has finally sent another message. Wu Baizhou pinched his finger. Take a closer look. Big. Stupid. Spring. What are you doing with a plane? Ding, the silence value from Wu Bai porridge increases by 5. I knew it was you. Listen to the sound of the system in your ear. Lu Bai pursed his lips. Play this game with me. Replace the old phone. Lu Bai suddenly sat back on the sofa. Pinched the chin. If in thought. Since that's the case, you can also get silence value. That proves that sending messages through WeChat is also within the system's so-called communication scope. However, compared to the interview, this method seems to receive much less silence value. Is this encouraging me to focus on the interview? Roughly analyze the rules for obtaining silence values. Lu Baoduan's eyes lit up. Not much, what's going on? No matter how small the mosquito legs are, they are still flesh. He picked up his phone again and logged into his WeChat account. Agreed to the third friend request of no more rice. Then he smiled and messaged, saying. The big silly Chun sitting in the corner of the 4th row, right. You're not allowed to joke with Brother Lu anymore, remember. Wu Baizhou was silent for a long time. Perseverance, she took a deep breath and replied, remember. Brother Lu. Well behaved, use this 50 cents to buy lollipops to eat. Lu Bai will transfer 0.5 yuan to you. Wu Baizhou. The silence value from Wu Baizhou is +5. Wu Baizhou took a deep breath. Brother Lu, I have money. I don't believe it, unless you return my 50 cents and lend me 20 more, I'll order takeout. The silence value from Wu Baizhou is +5. Wu Bai Porridge took another deep breath. Return Lu Bai's 50 cents and then transfer 20 to him. This time, Lu Bo didn't speak for a long time. About 5 minutes. Lu Bai reappeared and said, well, the silly Chun, I just went to take a look and it seems like 20 yuan for takeout is not enough. How about I return this 20 yuan to you and exchange it for 50 yuan? Okay. According to Lu Bai's request, turn past 50. Lu Bai indeed returned the 20 she had previously transferred. Wu Baizhou asked, when are you going to pay me back, Brother Lu? What are you returning? My 50 yuan, Brother Lu, don't lie to me. This is half a month's living expenses for my family. If you don't repay me, my wife can hang me up and whip me for 3 days and 3 nights. That 50 was what I exchanged for 20, why did I have to pay it back? Silence value from Wu Baizhou +5. Wu Yingho took a deep breath for an unknown number of times and said, okay, then you can give me back 20, and I'll have my wife beat me for 2 days and 2 nights. I refunded you 20, didn't I? What kind of plane are you doing, Deshuchen? Silence value from Wu Baizhou +5. The silence from Wu Baizhou. Come to Wu Kanji. Kanji. Some patience, please take it seriously. What does 10 recommended tickets for you, go play mean? I am the doctor. I am the attending doctor at the first mental hospital of Qinglongshan. I need recommended tickets, but first of all, the doctor-patient relationship cannot be chaotic. Request for recommended monthly ticket sales, end of this chapter. Chapter 8. Me, Wang Dahai, make money. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. Me, Wang Dahai, make money. Can we only get up to 50 o'clock at a time at most? Lu Bai discovered that it had accumulated to after 50 o'clock. No matter what he does, Wu Baizhou will no longer generate silence value. So why talk about chicken feathers? Lu Bai glanced at the time. It's almost 12 o'clock. Sleep, count the 50 points just collected from Wu Baizhou. He now holds 190 silence points in his hand. These 2 days only need to be done until 10 o'clock. You can directly obtain the memory retrieval skill. As for what happened, so why bother asking? The tool man is sitting there. Although Lu Bai, the #1 hero, was unable to attend the celebration at night due to some unforeseen circumstances, everyone felt a bit regretful. But the atmosphere at the celebration banquet remained strong. Su Yuji sat in the corner with a glass of juice for a while before leaving early. She is present as a cold-faced workaholic. Everyone always feels a bit constrained and can't let go and have fun. Well, she knows she's secretly called a workaholic. Even the person who first called this nickname is clear. But Su Yuji didn't care at all. As long as there are no issues with work. What do you call what you love? I have nothing to do with my mother. After returning home, Su Yuji sat in front of his laptop and opened Weibo. Watch and see. She couldn't help but frown. A big V bombarded Lu Bai, pointing its finger directly at the celebrity interview program team. At the beginning, the discussion atmosphere among netizens was actually quite friendly. After all, everyone has never seen this before: interviews in Japanese and dog style. The interview program that netizens usually remember. High-end, serious, business-oriented. In short, highlight one who has no nutrition but is full of strength. The celebrity interview program. I'm just showing everyone how confused I am. How does a popular double-star actress in the entertainment industry view the situation in Xulia? The previous second was still talking about games, and the next second the topic shifted to which day the sunflowers were heading, especially when it comes to the question of which department should be taken when Lu Bai's last white bone fairy has a headache. Moreover, it made countless netizens suffer from cerebellar atrophy on the spot. Netizens are all foolish. Is there anyone who does such an interview program? Discussion on the host Lu Bai. Most of the time, it is also with a nature of laughing and cursing. Netizens, especially those who have watched the interview with Lu Bai on site. That's while cursing this guy for not being a good person and giving him some attention. In just a few hours of effort, Lu Bai has directly gained over 50,000 followers on Weibo's personal account. I'm running towards 60,000. You should know. This product had only over 20 fans on Weibo before. Is it all special? Thank you to the divine doctor for curing their insomnia. This little 60,000 fans. Almost all of it rose after the program aired. Amidst everyone's laughter and scolding, the term Lu Bai of Dog Day quickly spread. It's almost becoming a new internet meme. But at this moment, a big V named Wang Dahai suddenly ran out and posted a message, saying that Lu Bai's hosting style completely goes against the original intention of the interview program. It's simply smearing the entire hosting industry. After shelling Lu Bai, Wang Dahai repeatedly criticized the inaction of the celebrity interview program team in a series of articles, surprisingly allowing hosts like Lu Bai to act recklessly. This is a dereliction of duty by the entire program team leadership. At once, various demons and monsters emerged. Following closely behind, they posted articles to gain popularity. It's like the 6 major sects besieging Guangming Peak. Su Yuji was very irritable and almost didn't fight back on the spot. I'm not doing traditional interview programs. What are you talking about? You have half a penny to do with me, old dang. After some thought, she still held back. The purpose of Wang Dahai is actually very simple. 2 words. Touch porcelain. It's also very easy to solve this matter. Contact him and make some money. You don't have to wait until dawn, Wang Dahai will delete the article himself. Even in turn, they will promote the innovative thinking of the program team in combining TV programs and live broadcasts, and strongly urge other TV stations to learn from the industry model of Magic City. This kind of thing is very common in the industry. One sentence. Wang Dahai, my real name is on fire, I'm waiting to make money. No, it's just waiting for public relations. Old dang, old dang, old dang. Su Yuji bulged his chest and was angry for a long time. Then call Wu Baizhou. I roughly explained this matter. Does the person in charge of Suda want me to help contact Wang Dahai and give him some money to shut up? Wu Baizhou laughed until his stomach ached. Wiping away the tears of laughter while gloating, he asked. That's called public relations. Su Yuji retorted in anger and embarrassment. As she spoke, she explained again, you have a wide network in the entertainment industry, so it's a bit more convenient to contact him than me. In just one sentence, would you like to help or not? Help must be helpful. Wu Baizhou smiled and nodded, then remembered something. Suddenly, lost in thought, he lowered his head and looked at the phone screen. On the screen is the chat record between her and Lu Bai. The last message stayed 10 minutes ago. It was made of Wu by kanji. That guy cheated her out of 50 yuan and made her half angry. Then I didn't reply to the message directly. Watch and see. Wu Baizhou suddenly blinked. Gigi, I have a better solution. Not only can it perfectly solve the vast ocean, but it can also help you vent your anger. Do you want to listen? Su Yuji's eyes lit up and he said, speak up quickly, what can we do? You used the prepared public relations expenses as the appearance fee and invited Wang Dahai to participate in the next interview. When your little host made things difficult for me, wasn't your mouth really sharp? Interviewed and cursed. The more Su Yuji listens, the brighter his eyes become. I quickly hung up the phone and arranged to go, big silly spring, Wu Baizhou put away his mobile phone, with a playful radiant hanging around his mouth. Encountering Wang Dahai, a professional speaker, are you still impressive, host of Lu University? She stood up humming a song and stretched lazily. In the lively singing, the seductive curves bloom like peonies. She is like a fairy who harms the country and the people. Brother Lu. Brother Lu. Don't go to sleep yet. It's urgent. Come and save your brother. It's after 6 in the morning. The sky is still dimly lit. Lu Bai was awakened by the urgent ringing of the phone. He connected in a daze and heard such an inexplicable sentence. Lu Bai opened his eyes and glanced at the caller ID. The phone is from Li Guiyun. This guy is one of the few original friends who also works at the Magic City platform, but unlike Lu Bai, he works behind the scenes. What's wrong? Lu Bai asked suspiciously. I was handcuffed to the police station. They asked me to find my family to pick me up. My family is not in the Magic City, Brother Lu. Can you come and pick me up? Li Guiyun seemed a bit embarrassed and stuttered. Lu Bai was confused and said, what did you do? Why did you even go to the police station? Li Guiyun hesitated for a moment. The words spoke with sadness and anger, and it sounded like I was about to cry. When I went to wash my feet last night, I met an old man in his 40s who asked me if there was that kind of service in this place. I thought he was here to relax, so I led him along. I enthusiastically told him which technician is doing well and asked him to keep his eyes open and not make mistakes later. The result. Is he special? Kneeling down to request a recommended ticket, monthly ticket sales, whimpering, end of this chapter. Chapter 9. Gratitude to Wu Ying, Amen. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Gratitude to Wu Ying, Amen. As a result, he specifically came to sweep the spring. Still the captain. Li Guiyun cried. After listening to his narration, Lu Bai thought for a moment and asked seriously, is there any contact information for the skilled technician? Silence value +5 from Li Guiyun. Lu Bai eventually went to the police station to retrieve Li Guiyun. Although this product recommended technicians to the team leader and detailed the strengths of the other party. But after all, nothing really happened that night. So the police station only provided verbal education. Let Lu Bai be taken away by someone. Standing at the entrance of the police station, Lu Bai looked at Li Guiyun with a suppressed smile and said, "Let's go, warrior, let's go to work together. Brother Lu, thank you for today's matter. When the brothers invite you to wash your feet on the weekend, we must find the highest grade for you." Li Guiyun was extremely grateful and almost didn't hit Lu Bai twice. Still going? Lu Bai asked teasingly. Go, why not go? Not afraid of being caught again. My speed. Li Guiyun proudly raised his chin and said, they can't catch it. Lu Bai stopped talking. You're so proud of a bubble teapot, is this something to be proud of? Li Guiyun has two big dreams. The first one is to open your own foot massage shop and earn back all the money spent on foot washing. The second is to include foot therapy in medical insurance, providing a practical guarantee for foot bath enthusiasts. After listening, Lu Bai really didn't know what to say. I can only give the other person a thumbs up. After all, to some extent, they also have lofty aspirations. Pulling the calf all the way to the TV station. Grandpa Chin, are you practicing? Li Guiyun greeted the gatekeeper with a smile from a distance. Lu Bai heard this title. Suddenly, there was a deep reverence. He cast a respectful gaze at the old man. Well, just play around for a while. The gatekeeper was holding 2 iron balls in his hand and nodded with a smile at the sound. Brother Lu, don't be fooled by this Iron Egg Princess. She is our station chief's biological brother and has a strong relationship. Watching Grandpa Chin walk away, Li Guiyun lowered his voice and said, if you encounter him in the future, you can say hello. It's not a bad thing. Iron Egg Princess. Lu Bai was stunned for a moment. Li Guiyun chuckled and said, the nickname I gave him, Brother Lu, please don't pass it on. Lu Bai recalled the 2 iron balls that the old man was holding in his hand. Good name. By the way, Brother Lu, the supervisor sent a message saying that the guests for next week's interview have been confirmed. Guess who? Li Guiyun mysteriously sold a trick. Lu Bai casually asked, who is that? The vast ocean. It's the silly financial expert who has been calling online for low-income people to rent out their idle houses and earn rent to subsidize their families. Li Guiyun cursed at his mother and muttered in a low voice. I heard that this idiot was still cursing you online last night. I don't know what the upper-ups are thinking, why did they invite such a thing? Why did he scold me? I don't know him, Lu Bai wondered. I don't know, what the supervisor said seems to be on Weibo. Brother Lu, I'll go ask him about the work arrangement first, and when I see him, I'll help you inquire. No need, you go ahead and get busy. I'll see for myself. It hasn't been long since Lu Bai Gang was transferred to celebrity interviews. The workstation has nothing but a table. Coincidentally, Li Guiyun has a computer here. He sat down and opened Weibo to search. The article posted by Wang Dahai last night has been deleted. All you can find is screenshots from netizens. Strongly call on Magic City TV to dismiss Lu Bai, the black sheep of the hosting team. After reading a lengthy article that bombards oneself, Lu Baodun had a dark expression on his face. You old weakling, why don't you drink some dichlorvos when you're full and have nothing to do to stimulate your appetite? Every day, you call for this and that. Your second uncle and grandfather are the Jade Emperor, why are you so lenient? If it weren't for your age, I would have given you 2 electric cannons on your face and your mouth would be crooked. Wang Dahai has just posted a post calling on various TV stations to learn innovative thinking from Mo.do TV. I was drinking tea and staring at the newly received PR fee in my bank account. I saw a person suddenly appear under his account and spray me. Professional spit. Old Wang looked at it. Can you bear it? Just put down the teacup and start aligning with the other person. However, soon, the vast sea was filled with sweat. He's so special it seems like I can't spray the other party. This dog thing that came out of nowhere. Not to mention their style of fighting in the brick and mortar world. Say hello 3 ways down everywhere. Speaking is centered around the mother, with 18 generations of ancestors as the radius, radiating 360 degrees in all directions, almost covering the entire family tree of his family. Although Wang Lapoozi is shameless, he is not as shameless as the other party. This led to his constant retreat in the face of fierce enemy attacks, having all his abilities but unable to unleash them. At this point, Wang Dahai finally calmed down and carefully checked the other party's account. I don't know if this person is unguarded. Still have no fear at all. His account profile clearly states his workplace and name, and even his job number. Take a look at the vast sea. Well, the celebrity interview program team's certified account. This is too arrogant. Wang Lapoozi almost got his nose crooked at the time. I picked up my phone and took a photo. I sent it directly to the production team. What do you mean by your program team? I agreed to invite me as a guest, didn't I? Why do you even have someone specifically come under Weibo to scold me? With just this little combat power, what kind of online spray that hits porcelain everywhere? Go home and milk your child. Lu Bai put down the keyboard. My mood suddenly felt relaxed. You can't get used to some people. Problem. Stand up and stretch lazily. Lu Bai feels a bit hungry in his stomach. Looking around, no one is paying attention to oneself, everyone is busy with their own work. Just transferred over is good, except for hosting the program, there is no one to care about the rest of the time. Withdraw. The host of Luda turned off his computer and skipped work to go home for dinner. On the way. Big silly spring. Pooh. Wu Baizhou sent the news that he was being hanged by his wife and whipped. Can Lu Bai first repay a portion of the 50 yuan huge sum to save the emergency? Lu Bo patted his forehead and recalled getting a 5 o'clock silence value from Li Guiyun this morning. I almost forgot that I can now masturbate the silence value again. Lu Bai smiled slightly and picked up his phone to edit a message. I have kidnapped Lu Bai and want to save him. I will immediately transfer 100 yuan to him now. Otherwise, I will tear up the ticket on the spot. Ding, the silence value of Wu Bai porridge is +5. Lu Bai sent again, Deshuchen, don't report to the police. I am your brother Lu, and I will testify that everything he said is true. Please transfer the money to him quickly, otherwise I will be torn up. The silence value from Wu Baizhou +5. Otherwise, it's still big foolish spring awesome. The journey from the TV station to home is not halfway there. The silence value at 50 points today has already reached its limit. Ignoring the dozens of exclamation marks sent by Wu Ying. Lu, who was merciless, clicked on this person to avoid disturbing him, and then directly put his phone into his pocket just a few steps out. Lu Bai feels that this is not good for him. After all, Empress Wu helped her collect so much silence value. So he turned back again. Throw the remaining half of the deep fried dough sticks to the stray dog who is making liquid marks on the pole. Then, with a serious expression on his face, he admonished it, do you know that this merit is half as good as me and Deshuchen alone? Finally, I left with satisfaction. Xiao Su, look at this. On the other side. In the office. The director knocked on the door and recorded a Weibo reply with a high content of mothers. Placed on the office desk in front of Su Yuji. Dear patients, due to fierce competition in the industry, the ranking of the first mental hospital of Qinglongshan has continued to decline on various rankings. The attending doctor, Lao Chi, is begging for the support of 2 recommendation tickets from patients. As a family of doctors and patients, can we regain our hospital's ranking on the rankings? End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Don't think that if you change your vest, I won't recognize you. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 10. Don't think that if you change your vest, I won't recognize you. System, by that memory retrieval. After eating. Lu Bai sat on the sofa and called out the system. Count in today's 50 o'clock. He currently has a total of 240 silence points. Well, except for 5 o'clock, which is Li Guiyan's, the remaining 235 points are all from Wu Baizhou, but that's not important. The important thing is that he can now afford the skills. Ding, the purchase of memory retrieval skill was successful. May I ask if the host is using it? Use. The words fell. A tingling sensation instantly floated in Lu Bai's mind. The bits and pieces of past experiences. At this moment, it feels like a 4K high-definition Blu-ray video with nothing to say, vividly floating in my mind. I have been busy for 2 days. I have finally won the memory skill that I have been longing for. Looking at the remaining 40 silence points. Lu Bai is a bit keen on the remaining 2 discounted skills. Especially master singing skills. This thing is 50% off. The original price is 160. Now you only need 80 silence points to win. Buying it is earning blood. However, Lu Bai only has 40 o'clock now. To buy a master singing skill, you still need 40 silence points. According to the efficiency after capturing Wu Ying, it's just 1 day's work. It's not difficult. Just as I was thinking, my phone suddenly rang. Lu Bai answered the phone, and Li Guiyan's voice came from the receiver. Brother Lu, have you arrived home? I'm home, I just had dinner, what's wrong? Lu Bai asked. Damn it, I don't know which grandson used my computer to greet the entire 18th generation of Wang Dahai's ancestors. The key is why I used my Weibo account. Wang Dahai directly found his team, but the director hung on me and didn't scold me to death. The 2-month bonus was deducted like this. Li Guiyan gritted his teeth and cursed. Then he said to Lu Bai with a mournful and indignant tone. I'm just calling to ask Brother Lu if you know anyone who used my computer this morning. Ah. Lu Bai blinked his eyes and said, I'm not quite sure. I won't wait until tomorrow to go to the station and help you inquire. Thank you, Brother Lu. Let's work together as brothers and definitely bring out this grandson. Li Guiyan's talent has improved a lot, but he still has some resentment that is difficult to calm. When I find out who he is, it's all up to you, Brother Lu, to see if I can depose him. Okay. Hang up the phone. Lu Bai couldn't help but suck on the flower seeds. Grandmas. Why did you forget to change the number? All his mother depend on the sea. The more Lu Bai thinks, the more angry he becomes. If it weren't for this old coward having eaten enough and doing nothing, he would have hit the internet and scolded him. Can there be such a thing? He even filed a lawsuit against the villain. Lu Bai sat on the sofa with a black face. Pick up your phone. Open Weibo. Immediately registered a small account and logged in. At the same time, I learned that the dog that cursed me has been sanctioned by the program team. The vast sea drank tea with satisfaction. According to the requirements sent by the program team, F.A. Weibo announced the news that he will soon participate in a celebrity interview live broadcast. I have been warmly invited by the Magic City TV station to participate in the 2nd episode of the Celebrity Interview live broadcast program next Sunday. As a guest, I will answer your questions online. You can come to the official live broadcast room of the Celebrity Interview Program Group to ask me questions. At the same time, I once again call on local TV stations to learn from innovative models like Magic City in the new era. This Weibo quickly caught the attention of netizens as soon as it was released. Seeing Wang Dahai going to participate in celebrity interviews, netizens were immediately confused. Why did you leave the Bomberman program behind last night? Suddenly became a guest today. And why do you call on other TV stations to learn innovative thinking from Moda TV? The comments section instantly exploded. Sleeping slot, did I make a mistake? Wang Dahai is going to participate in a celebrity interview program live broadcast. Didn't he just scold Lu Bai last night as the black sheep in the host team? 6. This operation directly shows me the numbness. Did the celebrity interview team get kicked in the head by a donkey? You know knitting, why is it called high? Think carefully, what would Lu Bai do if he knew that the guest he was interviewing had scolded him a few days ago? Sleeping slot. So the celebrity interview team is trying to trick Wang Dahai, this old dang, into entering the house and then killing him. Otherwise, what else could it be? Netizens quickly guessed out the plans for celebrity interviews. Immediately exclaimed to the program team that they were amazing. The vast sea has just finished spraying. Later, he was invited to be a guest. The intention of the program team is simply not too obvious. To make it clear is to let Mr. Lu, the host of Dog Day, clean up the rhythm of the vast ocean. Just netizens quickly came up with another question. Since Wang Dahai can post Weibo saying that Lu Bai is the black sheep among the hosts. He specified that he had watched the video of this product asking questions. But Wang Dahai didn't hesitate to agree to the invitation from the program team. Does that mean he knows the program team's plan, but does he have a way to deal with it? Watching the intense discussions among netizens, Wang Dahai sat in front of the screen and took a leisurely sip of tea. I casually typed a line of words on the keyboard and posted it in the comments section. I not only have a way to deal with it, but I can even turn that young man around. As for what the solution is, I will send a Weibo message a few minutes before the program starts, and everyone can follow my Weibo account first. Are you going to kill Lu Bai instead of lying in bed? Netizens were taken aback. Just as I was about to ask, I found out that a new account had popped up from somewhere and replied first. Old stubborn donkey, did you drink dichlorvos today? Wang Dahai. This friend, please speak politely and do not physically attack. Polite to you, Uncle Lao Yi. It's just you old fool who said we should rent out our idol house to make money, right? You're such a loser, Qin Tai Dan has been displeased with you for a long time. If it weren't for getting old and unable to walk, I would have smashed the cake out of your mouth with an iron egg. You. The vast sea is bewildered. What's going on today? Why are people coming to scold him one after another? Wait a minute. The vast sea seems to have remembered something. With a pensive expression on his face. The feeling of the familiar ancestors rubbing against the ground for 18 generations. The greeting speed is the same as when Tmo slaps his mouth wide. This is Wang Lao's mouth twitched instantly. My face turned black directly. Do you really think I can't recognize you if I change my vest? People in the vast sea are all foolish. This person is definitely sick. I specifically cursed Lu Bai, it was the program team. What does it have to do with you, Li Guiyun? Why don't you just cling to me and not let go? Bang. Wang Dahai's eyes turned red. Turning off the computer, he stood up and slammed the teacup in his hand away. Li Guiyun, right. You wait for the day the program is recorded. Wife, where's my old boxing glove? Flip it out for me. Seeking recommended monthly tickets for sale. End of this chapter.